Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Brooklyn Nets at Barclays Center. And for Brooklyn, they may have some challenges, but this is a game they have had circled on the calendar and want to deliver the top-notch performance they know they can. And Kevin Love in action tonight. He could have made the decision to try his luck elsewhere, but he chose to re-sign in Cleveland. What do you guys think of that decision?
But traffic in New York City making its way back and forth between Manhattan and the borough of Brooklyn. Our setting tonight. From Brooklyn, New York, and the home of the Nets, we're broadcasting live from Barclays Center. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. And now, before we get to the tip-off, let's find out what Kenny Atkinson had to share with our David Aldridge. David.
Guys, he told me their primary focus of the pregame discussion was defense. He said they're dealing with a very sophisticated offense, and it's going to require an outstanding effort from his players at the defensive end to come out on top. Let's see if that's the effort they get. Guys?
Thank you, David. And you know, there was so much excitement surrounding the Nets when they finished the new arena in Brooklyn in 2012. They traded for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett to try to fast-track their success. But that win-now strategy really failed.
Yeah, and that's what can happen when you mortgage your future. Short-term goals can lead to that long-term misery. And they still have some pieces they can build around. We'll see what additional talent they can attract going forward.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Cleveland, sharpshooters Irving and J.R. Smith are the backcourt duo. Love and Thompson, the hard rebounding post pair, and it's LeBron in at the 3 spot. The shot's good from Smith.
You know, guys, Smith not just a three-point threat, very capable of doing work in the mid-range.
Here's Bogdanovich, covered by LeBron. And Bogdanovich kicks to Stolen. And the Cavs are clearly an elite offensive team. Defensively, they've been a little more vulnerable. Doris, how do they make strides, you think, at that end of the floor?
Well, Kevin, part of it is simply focus and the will to improve. Players like Kyrie Irving and Tristan Thompson are great athletes, and they can improve on that end. I think they've needed another wing stopper who can space the floor as well.
And the second free throw, good. And the city of Cleveland still aglow from their first major professional sporting title in over 52 years.
They waited a lifetime, Kevin. In the end, it was a native son, LeBron James, who returned to lead them to glory. You just couldn't script it any better.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
I'll tell you what, though, he'll take that every time. That's a great look.
Just over a minute played here in the start of the game. From deep, James drills the three-pointer.
Yeah, smart play from LeBron. He, recognizing his best option was the pull-up.
Pass to Bogdanovich and stolen by Love. James kicks to Irving. That three off the mark. Cleveland on defense. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. And so it's Brooklyn with it. Lynn's shot is off. Now here's Irving. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. And stolen by Scola. Lynn dishes to Scola. Shoots it up. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game. That free throw, no good.
Man, when you look at the Nets over the past couple years, it's really astounding. I mean, they've been near the bottom of almost every major statistical category as a team. I mean, that means that they really have nothing to count on to stabilize themselves when they aren't going well in a game. And when you don't have an identity as a team, boy, it is hard to find consistency.
The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Irving against Lynn. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Wow, that's the second foul called on him in the opening period. Could buy him a little time on the bench.
Mo Williams is checked in for Irving. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Down low, Lopez. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Lopez has got his first bucket in this one. And on the topic of the Nets, it's hard to identify their calling card as a team because the roster, Greg, still seems to be in a state of flux.
And not many draft picks or trade assets. It really may come down to love the ones you're with, at least for a little while longer. I mean, they have some scorers. They have some playmakers. If they can just find a way to block out the noise and play their game, they can be an entertaining club.
But just a great job from Smith to draw the attention in the pick and roll, then find the open man.
Lynn against Williams. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
On the wing, James. Outside, Williams. Love with the screen on Lynn. Williams passes to James. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Just an example of what sets LeBron apart from everyone else. The ability to set up his teammates for easy scores while being so dominant himself.
Here's Lynn following the score by Cleveland. The pass to Scola. There's the dish to Bogdanovich. There's a screen. Back to Scola. Lets it go. And that one goes long. Cleveland leading by 3. Near the three-point line, it's Love. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And we all know how skilled Kevin Love is offensively. A guy who can score in the low block and or step out and hit the triple. What about his play on the defensive end?
So this is the conversation, right, Kevin? And I think he's better than he's been given credit for. Certainly he's not an elite defender, but his defensive rebounding is elite. And not having to bear the offensive burden that he did in Minnesota, he's become more than solid defensively. I think greatness requires sacrifice, and Kevin Love has fit beautifully as a secondary scorer here. He spaces the floor with that shooting ability, willing to hit the offensive glass, and he's become a player who can score efficiently without dominating the ball.
And he ends up missing both free throws. At the same time that Love creates breathing room for others with his shooting, Doris, it's clear he doesn't want to be reduced to just being a floor spacer.
Well, and I don't think, Kevin, that's the best role for him either. He's a player who can work from the elbow and on the post. He makes plays for himself and those around him. They've got to run the ball through him at times to get him touches and allow him to make plays.
From deep. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Lopez, and stolen by Love. James outside. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. James has got his second bucket tonight.
Well, even the best defense can't stop LeBron James from draining shots in the paint like there. He is just so gifted that close to the rim.
Now here's Lopez. Dishes it to Bogdanovich. Scola kicks to Bogdanovich. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. The Cavaliers leading by 3. Outside Williams. James outside. Inside, it's tipped. Lopez with the steal. Lynn against Williams. Lopez dishes to Lynn. Fires for three. And the Nets miss again.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And it's James missing.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Count it. Hollis Jefferson's got his first points in this one.
And they've scored several times already.
Hustle up. Let's figure this out now. Let's go. We've had our chances on offense, and we need to start capitalizing. We've had our chances on offense, and we need to start capitalizing. Right now, we are shooting less than 50% from the line. We've got to pick it up. If we spread our shooters, we will get better looks. So let's play smart basketball and spread the floor. Good looks, guys. Guys, don't settle. Let's go.
In for Lopez. Trevor Booker comes in for Luis Scola. Randy Foy, he's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Vasquez in for Jeremy Lin. Cleveland also making some changes. Channing Frye's checked in for Love. Jefferson comes in for James. And it's Amon Shumpert in for Smith. Cleveland's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Outside jumper. Here's Frye. Outside jumper. Shot clock at 6. Shot off the pick. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Here's Foy. Got a piece of it.
Boy, Shumpert can cover more ground than you think with his size. Nice block there.
For Brooklyn, they have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2. That one drops. He ties it up. You've seen the role of positions change so much, Doris. Do you think traditional centers are something that is falling now out of favor?
I mean, you think about traditional low post, back to the basket centers. And I'll go back as far as George Mikan, Bill Russell. And now you transition to Patrick Ewing, Hakeem Olajuwon, guys who played with their back to the basket. That certainly seems to be increasingly a rarity. You do have them. DeMarcus Cousins is a guy who can do that, but you can also have a guy who faces up, to 25, 30 feet at times. So I think what we're seeing is an evolution to big men who are skilled. And I wonder, Kevin, from your perspective, how much do the Kevin Garnett's and Dirk Nowitzki's, who at power forward spot, sort of change the way the big man overall was looked at?
Well, those two players in particular, I thought, had great mentors. They had guys like the Kevin McHale's, people that would take them and work with them on those types of things. The big man shooting outside, to me, becomes just extraordinary. And I think these European kids have kind of led the way in that move for the big to stretch and shoot. And your mouth is agape just watching what they're doing.
Yeah, and I've had basketball coaches tell me at every level of the game, college basketball and the NBA, that there's nothing more valuable in the sport than a big man who can be a three-tool player. Dribble, pass, and shoot.
And right
from the start, Kevin. They've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Foy with the three. Buries it from three-point range. Foy's got 5 points so far.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
I'll tell you, what a battle. Neither team giving an inch. The lead changing hands back and forth.
Now, here's Fry. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Look, as you know, when Shumpert is on the floor, he is looking to create shots for himself.
Here is Vasquez. Booker outside. They set the screen. Foy from long range. It's Mo Williams with the rebound.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And Fry kicks to Williams. Back to Fry. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Cavaliers making a switch here. Dunleavy's checked in. Brooklyn's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. To the paint. Here's Booker. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play.
You know, those kinds of shots from close range, they're real confidence builders. Hard to miss those.
For Cleveland, they've gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. The Cavaliers trailing. Tipped away. It's stolen by Foy. Booker the pass to Vasquez. Down low. It's stolen by Jefferson. Thompson outside. Here's Dunleavy. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, that's a case where they're really in sync on that bucket with the lead pass hitting him in stride, on time and on target.
Connects from three-point range. He's got 8.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
55 seconds left in the first. Now, here's Fry. Tight defense on him. Pass to Shumpert. Thompson outside. From outside the arc. Booker pulls it in.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Vasquez dishes to Booker. Got a piece of it. Thompson against Hamilton. Foy from long range. And the Nets, another 3.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
From deep three-point range, score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And he answers right back with a 3 of his own.
Boy, they are going after each other. Let's see if the threes continue to rain down.
Now Vasquez. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. There's Foy with the 3. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Nets. They lead by 3. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports.